topic is TVA a better way.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I am Garry Morgan, and I am from Scottsboro, Alabama. I live about 4 miles down the road from here. And I see some familiar faces, good friends, Mr. Rogers. I affectionately call him Colonel Rogers, because he actually is a retired colonel in the United States Army Engineering Corps. Mr. Smith and several other good folks that I have seen at TVA board meetings. We attend most of those meetings. I am here to talk to y'all today, and appreciate y'all's being here and helping the TVA. One of the reasons we go to all the board members is because we care about the TVA and we're concerned about some directions. And I trust that y'all are concerned about some directions the TVA is going to, and maybe suggest some better ways for the TVA. Now, I also write a commentary piece in each Thursday of the local paper. Last week, I was talking about the TVA, and I was talking about some problems that the TVA has. One of those problems is their debt. The TVA's debt is tremendous. Our president has said, hey, he's thinking about selling the TVA. We don't think that's a good idea, and I'd be willing to bet some of y'all don't think that's a good idea. But the debt is a problem. $43 billion of it. And you said, wait just a minute, that's not statutory. Well, that's right, but it's also the interest on the debt. Business people, people that manage your own home budget, that interest on the debt does matter. And so you got a $43 billion worth of debt, and guess what? The reason for that debt is it's nuclear power. That is one of the reasons the groups that I represent, the Blue Ridge Environmental Defense League, our local chapter, the Bellefonte Efficiency and Sustainability Team, Mothers Against Tennessee River Radiation, we don't like nuclear power. We think there is a better way for TVA to produce power more economically and will benefit communities. That debt. First of all, you hear this thing about nuclear power, it's clean, there's been no deaths. But the fact is, there has been deaths in nuclear power, deaths and sickness. On October the 6th, the Energy Employees Occupational Illness and Composition Program, EEOICP is short, and you can pull this up online. It reports that there's been 98,717 workers who are sick and dead, and that has cost the American taxpayers $9.8 billion. These are nuclear energy workers, and not everybody is listed on the EEOICP program, and that program has been in existence only since 2001. Before that, the sicknesses and the problems were not really, we were kind of secret about it. They wouldn't tell us the truth. A better way. I heard some comments here about 49% of TVA's energy production is clean power. Well, I'm going to take issue with that and basically submit to y'all that you ought to check into that, because the figures I have, that is not true. First of all, let me tell you what the wise geek says in hopefully 30 seconds about clean. Clean energy specifically refers to energy produced from resources without creating environmental debt. Nuclear power has an environmental debt. Coal has an environmental debt. Many things. Ash, that's an environmental debt. That waste is out there. Nuclear power for hundreds and hundreds of years, that's the debt. Nuclear power is not clean. So this business, the TVA telling folks that should be knowledgeable that nuclear power is clean, it is not true. There is a better way, that is through renewable and sustainable resources. That includes hydropower. And we are recommending that a flex power system be looked into. GE has a flex power system that includes natural gas and variable sustainable resources. Thank you for your time.
That's clear.
It just could be one way to get more time.
The next speaker is Gretel Johnston, also from BEST/MATRR. So, Gretel, welcome.
This doesn't count your allotted 3 minutes.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. you know. I didn't know how well versed you all are in energy efficiency and renewables, but I thought a good place to start would be with energy efficiency, because our group really thinks that is the foremost, most important way for us to deal with our energy problems in the 21st century. In fact, studies show that in America, we can reduce our energy consumption by 30 to 75%. It's astounding, but that's what the studies show. And in the South, a study with Georgia Tech and Duke University, with Ms. Marilyn Brown heading the Georgia Tech team, found that just in the South, in 1 decade, that with energy efficiency, the aggressive measures, we could save $41 billion and create 380,000 new jobs, and reduce the need for new power plants and save 8.6 billion gallons of our precious fresh water. This is something to me that TVA's only having 1% energy efficiency in its budget and its pie chart, to me is just unacceptable. I'm a TVA fan. Both my parents work for TVA. I want TVA to lead the nation in the 21st century of showing that we can in fact be completely independent from other countries, from dirty resources. We don't need coal, we don't need nuclear, and we don't really need gas. And Scientific American studies, there are lots of studies out there that show that. You can go to our website at matrr.org and find more information. But I wanted to just read to you quickly 7 reasons that it is so economical to go with energy efficiency rather than nuclear. One is that you just eliminate the need for high risk and expensive nuclear power. 2 is energy efficiency improvements. For 1.6 million homes would replace the need for 1,000 megawatts at half the cost. Half the cost. Okay, that's also improving the lives. Okay, it improves the lives of the customers by providing home energy improvements that result in more comfortable homes and improved resale values. It saves customers money by reducing their electric bills every month so they can spend that money on our economy, our local economy. That's an immediate improvement in our lives. And it saves our precious fresh water and ends the production of more nuclear waste, which Garry was being generous saying hundreds of years. It is 1 million years of dangerous, toxic poisons that we're putting in our environment and leaving for future generations. Thank you so much for your time and for your service to TVA and our community.